The rise of Ken. What if the most powerful voices weren't the loudest? What if strength was hidden behind silence and passion beneath a calm stare? This is the story of Felip Susan, known to the world as Ken of SB19. A man of few words, but with a presence that speaks volumes. In a world where people often have to shout to be noticed, Ken proved that you can lead, inspire, and conquer, all while staying true to your quiet self. His journey isn't just about music, it's about finding strength in being different. If you like this type of stories, please like, share, and subscribe for more. Before he captivated audiences with his deep voice and commanding stage presence, Ken was just a simple boy from Mindanao, humble, grounded, and deeply connected to his roots. Born in Pagadian City and raised in Cagayan de Oro, Felip grew up in a world far from the limelight, surrounded by simplicity, tradition, and family. Life wasn't always easy. Opportunities in the province were limited, and chasing big dreams felt almost unrealistic. But there was something in Ken that wouldn't stay still, an internal rhythm, a fire that quietly burned. Even as a child, he was different. Not the type to seek attention, not the one to talk too much, but when he danced, when he moved, the room paid attention. That was his language. Movement, art, expression without noise. As a teenager, Ken left home for Manila to pursue his passion. It was a bold move, leaving comfort behind in exchange for uncertainty. He didn't have much, but he had drive. He knew what he loved. He knew what made him feel alive. When he joined SB19's training program, he didn't stand out immediately. He wasn't the loudest, nor the most outspoken, but he was consistent. Quietly, day after day, he trained, improved, and sacrificed. He let his performance speak for him. His passion showed in his precision. His heart showed in his humility. The training was intense. The sacrifices were real. There were days of exhaustion, frustration, and doubt. But Ken never complained. He just kept going. And in that silence, he built strength that would soon be undeniable. When SB19 debuted, Ken brought a unique flavor to the group. His deep voice became the grounding force in their harmonies. His dance moves were sharp, calculated, and powerful. On stage, he transformed. The once quiet boy from the province became a force that could not be ignored. But his journey didn't stop at being just a performer. Ken started to explore his own artistry. In 2021, he released solo music under the name Felip. It was raw, bold, and entirely his own. With tracks like Paleo and Bulan, he showcased a side of himself that many hadn't seen. A proud Bisaya, an artist with a message, a storyteller with deep roots and fierce identity. He used his platform not just to entertain, but to express, to educate, to represent. While many artists conformed to industry trends, Ken leaned into his culture. He sang in his native tongue. He blended modern beats with traditional sounds. He embraced what made him different and made it his strength. Through it all, Ken remained grounded. Fame didn't change his humility. Success didn't make him loud. He never chased the spotlight. It found him because of his authenticity. His story is proof that you don't have to fit the mold to succeed. You don't have to shout to be heard. Ken taught us that staying true to who you are is not just enough, it's powerful. He represents the quiet dreamers, the underdogs, the ones who move in silence but leave an impact that echoes for years. He shows us that you can be soft-spoken and still be strong, that you can honor your roots and still soar globally. Behind Ken's calm demeanor is a warrior spirit, a fierce love for his craft, a deep loyalty to his fans, his team, and his heritage. His every step is intentional. His every word, though few, is meaningful. And when he performs, he doesn't just entertain, he awakens something in people. In a group as dynamic as SB19, Ken's role might seem understated, but it's vital. He's the stillness in the storm, the quiet in the chaos, and often, that's what holds everything together. As he continues to grow, both with SB19 and as Felip, Ken reminds us that the journey is personal. That success is not a race, but a path of self-discovery. He teaches us to take our time, to listen to our hearts, and to honor the things that make us different. His courage to stay true, despite pressure to blend in, is what makes his story not just inspiring, but empowering. Ken's journey is a testament to the quiet power within all of us. In a noisy world, he chose authenticity. In a fast-paced industry, he chose depth. And in doing so, he's inspired thousands to believe that being different is not a weakness, it's a gift. So, if you ever feel out of place, too quiet, or too different, remember Ken. Remember his silence, his fire, and his faith in who he is. Because sometimes the ones who say the least have the most powerful stories to tell. What did you take away from Ken's journey? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Your feedback helps us keep sharing stories that move, inspire, and empower.